One of the 7 warlords, Don Quixote do Flamingo, made Sarquis unwillingly slice Bellamy up as he lost while being under his crew. Straw Hat pirates landed on the sea and next day found a ship that had no captain and is without any navigation. Their ship sunk under the sea. Then they landed on a nearby island where every single thing was long. Luffy's group found a house and an old man, while some foxy pirates blocked going merry from leaving. Old man was Tanjit, who went on top of 2 bamboos but was too scared to get down, so stayed up there for 10 years and survived on the fruits. Villagers used to live there, but every 10 years those villagers moved to the next island when the seawater gets lower enough. Tanjit was riding his horse. Suddenly Foxy, the captain of the Foxy Pirates, attacked that horse to get it for himself and challenged Luffy for a Davy backfight. In Davy backfight, 2 crews compete with each other and the winners of each round get the members of the loser's crew, and the crew who loses the most rounds stops staying as a pirate crew. Luffy accepted, and it was revealed that according to the legends, a guy, Davy Jones, was cursed by a devil and is living at the bottom of the sea where he collects the treasure thrown there. There would be 3 rounds: race, bowl game, and run around roller. So for race, the whole crew was in. For bowl game, Zoro, Sanji and Chopper were in, and for run around roller, Luffy, Nami, Usopp and Robin were in. For race, they had to build a boat using only oars and barrels and had to complete 1 lap around that long ring long land island. 11 boats of both crews gathered and the race started. Suddenly the giant boat released bomb barrels at Straw Hat pirates, but Zoro sent them back. Foxy Pirates separated Straw Hat pirates. 2 foxy boats eliminated Zoro and Chopper. Luffy used a boat piece as a motor but got tired. Corals appeared that were sending the boats back with small whirlpools, and Nami figured out that they only needed to get on the right whirlpool at the start to cross that area. Up ahead was a giant whirlpool, so Usopp used impact dial to cross it, but Luffy and Sanji landed on the land and got eliminated. Foxy tried stopping them but failed, and they were about to reach the finishing line. Suddenly Foxy used his slow devil fruit ability on Nami's group to slow them down, and Porch's group of Foxy Pirates won. Foxy chose Chopper, so Chopper was now part of Foxy Pirates crew. Because he's Straw Hat Pirates emergency food, they decided to get him back next. As he wasn't available for the next round, only Zoro and Sanji had to go for the ball game, Groggy Ring, where they had to put the opponent's ball, who is a player, into the goal. Hamburg, Pickles and Big Pan of Foxy Pirates arrived, and Big Pan was the ball Zoro and Sanji had to put in the goal. Hamburg's group team worked and almost threw Sanji in the goal, but Zoro and Sanji managed to survive. Hamburg's group was using weapons when they were not allowed and beat Zoro and Sanji up, so they decided to teamwork for 10 seconds to win that round. Zoro and Sanji team worked and defeated Hamburg, Pickles and Big Pan, and in the end, Sanji launched Zoro at beaten up Big Pan, who grabbed his head and smashed it into the goal to win the round. Straw Hat Pirates won, so Nami told Luffy to take Foxy and let Chopper wait, as Foxy was their opponent in the next round, but he refused as they'll have to make Foxy their crewmate. Luffy instead chose Tanjit's horse, as Foxy took her earlier when he attacked him. For run around roller, the main player of both teams would start the skating race, and after 20 seconds everyone else on their team would be allowed to interfere. After 5 minutes, whichever main racer would be ahead would win. Both teams entered the field. Sanji and Zoro became leader and coach. Everyone's spots were decided, and the race started, but Luffy didn't know how to skate, so Nami, Usopp and Robin helped him go ahead in his balloon body. The Jiren threw Luffy at the crowd, which let Porch win the first round. Nami and Masakaku went for the second round, where Porch made Straw Hat sleep until the time was up, so Masakaku won that second round. Usopp and Chikachita went for third round. Luffy learned how to skate by Zoro, but forgot to learn how to turn. On Sanji's order, Zoro cut a kiwi tree that fell on the arena, which eliminated Chikachita as cheetahs got some problems with kiwis. Usopp won the third round, and Robin and Jube went for the fourth round. Nami and Usopp plotted against Foxy. Luffy learned how to turn and kept Jube down. Robin went through the defenses, and Nami and Usopp insulted and complimented Foxy to stop him as he's sensitive, which let Robin win the fourth round. Luffy and Jiren went for the final round. Foxy attacked Luffy with his slow beam and was wearing earplugs to not hear Nami and Usopp, and Foxy slowed Nami, Usopp and Luffy down. After 30 seconds they were moving again, so Foxy was going to attack again, but Robin held his hands to stop him, while Luffy used the walls to go ahead Jiren to win. Luffy took Chopper back, but Foxy challenged Luffy for 3 more matches, so he agreed. For round 1, hit and dead ball, they'll be throwing balls at others to eliminate them, and a team with all members eliminated would lose. That game is respected so much that if the referee fails to point out any mistake, he'll get beheaded. The round started. Luffy and Chopper hit Foxy's face, but hitting faces doesn't count. Zoro and Sanji eliminated 18 members. Luffy eliminated 10 members. Big Pan eliminated Usopp and 22 Foxy's teammates. Robin eliminated Hamburg after reading the rules. Porch eliminated Sanji, and Foxy pulled out Mr. Aku Cannon, the only weapon allowed in the game. Zoro got disqualified for cutting the ball. Chopper intentionally took a hit on the face to save Luffy, but went out of the boundary. Foxy Pirates distracted Luffy by throwing fake balls at him, and he accidentally swallowed the real Foxy's ball, which disqualified him, as swallowing balls isn't allowed, which let Foxy Pirates win the round. Foxy then chose Robin as his new crewmate, and the next round was red light green light, where they could only move if it's green and can't move a muscle if it's red. Tanjit was the start-stop guy. Straw Hat team's path was harder, and the round started. They all moved on green light, and when it was almost red light, Zoro and Sanji threw a boulder at Pickles and Big Pan to eliminate them. Zoro got lost. Sanji took a shortcut to go ahead. Jube went after Nami, Usopp and Chopper. Tanjit fell asleep but woke up and eliminated Jube. Porch and Hamburg distracted Sanji, and Chikachita was about to touch Tanjit, but Tanjit sneezed and said red light, which eliminated Chikachita. Sanji was about to win, but went back to save Porch and got eliminated. Nami, Usopp and Chopper were about to touch Tanjit. Suddenly Zoro arrived and kicked Hamburg out of his way, which made him land on Nami's group, and he touched Tanjit to win. Only 1 round was left, and Foxy had 2 Straw Hat members, so even if Luffy wins the final, he can only get 1 crewmate back. Foxy took Chopper back. Nami asked Foxy that if they won they'd get both of them back, but if Foxy won he could get every Straw Hat member on his crew, so Foxy agreed and decided to put 500 of his crewmates on the line. After randomly firing the cannonball, Foxy's ship became the area for the final round, where Luffy and Foxy were going to fight. After preparations, both entered Foxy's ship, and Luffy was wearing an afro as afros increased the strength of the punches. Their match started, Foxy slowed Luffy, punched him, and after 30 seconds Luffy felt all the punches at once. Foxy then used different stuff in his ship to fight and was about to throw him in the water, but he came back up and they started fighting inside. Foxy disguised himself twice, sent Luffy in a room that had Gorilla Puncher 13 and started using his beams and machines punches to fight Luffy. Luffy broke the mirror as it was reflecting the beams, which let Foxy hit him with the punches, and he brought him back up, but Luffy stood up again as he was wearing an afro. Foxy beat him up and made him fall multiple times, but Luffy stood up again and again. Luffy then used a piece of mirror to reflect Foxy's beam back to him, used Gomu Gomu Flail on Foxy, and after 30 seconds Foxy fell into the sea, so Luffy won. Later, Luffy woke up and according to the rules he took Foxy Pirates flag off, but drew them a new one to keep them as pirates. Got 500 members of Foxy Pirates, including Robin and Chopper, and Foxy, Porch and Hamburg left on a small boat. Luffy then fired all the new members, and the 7 members stayed as they were before. Straw Hat Pirates then went to Tonjit's house. Tonjit met his grandson who was the world champion of hole digging, and the Straw Hat Pirates left to find any shipwright as their new crewmate. After 6 fillers, Straw Hat Pirates were on an island finding food, suddenly found an admiral of the Marines, Aokiji, who was on his day off. He was sent by the Marines to check on Robin after the Arabusta incident, and now that he found her, he'd just go back later and report that she's in Straw Hat Pirates' crew. Some people appeared whose ship got hit by a giant frog, Yokozuna, so they were surviving there for a month. Aokiji told them that there was an inhabited island nearby so they could go there, and because their ship was broken, Aokiji used his Ice Devil Fruit ability to freeze the ocean from their island to the other one. Those people then left, and Aokiji told Luffy that he looks and acts just like his grandfather. Aokiji then changed his mind as their crew was small but still had a huge combined bounty, and also because Robin was with them, who's a threat to the world government as she can read ancient texts. He started insulting Robin by making her remember her past, so she attacked him and broke him, but he just fixed himself. Aokiji then attacked Robin, so Zoro, Sanji and Luffy fought back, but he froze their bodies. Then he froze Robin, so Luffy gave her to Usopp and Chopper to melt her ice, and sent his other crewmates back as he wanted to fight him one-on-one. Chopper and Usopp were putting hot water on Robin. Sanji and Zoro melted their ice, while Luffy and Aokiji fought, but Aokiji easily defeated him and froze his whole body. He didn't kill him to pay him back for defeating Crocodile and freeing Arabusta, a job that Marines should have done, and warned him that Robin would end up killing them one day, like she has done before with every group she joined. Aokiji left on his bicycle. Luffy and Robin were alive, and some days later they started moving again. They were going to their next destination, suddenly saw the giant frog, Yokozuna, so followed it to eat it, and reached a lighthouse where Going Merry collided into something as it wasn't subscribed to the channel. In the final scene, Straw Hat Pirates heard a train coming towards them that was about to hit Going Merry. Thanks for sticking till the end. If you enjoyed then like, subscribe, join my Patreon, and check out my other videos too.